The First Lady and the wife of President Bola Tinubu, Oluremi Tinubu, has said her husband, President Bola Tinubu, is not a magician, even as she pleaded with Nigerians to have faith in the current administration. Well, Mrs. Tinubu said the president's recent trip to the United Nations General Assembly in New York was full of success story. But then her husband is not a magician. They inherited things that happened many years ago. This is coming from the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She spoke on Sunday, saying all these things that they are experiencing is what they inherited. They inherited all these problems from the past administrations, from the past governments, and these things had happened many years ago. But they are not here to put blame on any administration, but they are here to fix what has been damaged. According to her, Tinubu is not a magician. He is going to work, and I believe and hope that we will have peace in this country. And the best is yet to come to us. She said that Nigeria has abundance, a Nigeria of abundance has begun. And to be a part of the greatness that God has started in this nation, Nigerians must look beyond their current realities and embrace hope anew. You see, good governance can only be impactful if the people follow the example of Jesus Christ our Lord, who embodied the fruits of the Spirit, including love, joy, long-suffering, faith, meekness, forgiveness. She said, and there is no challenge, there is no obstacle or difficulty that we cannot overcome if we imbibe the nature of Christ, as written in the Bible. Well, from the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, she pleads on behalf of her husband and implored to Nigerians that this difficult situation we've found ourselves in is really affecting everyone. Not only Nigerians, but also them. But they are also trying to find long-lasting solutions to curb these problems that we are facing in Nigeria. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but she knows that eventually things would be all right in this country. Everything would be fine, but don't expect Tinubu to do any magic. Tinubu is not a magician. Tinubu cannot walk overnight. He's not a magician. Now people are saying, oh, they came to amass the wealth of Nigerians, the wealth of this country. Well, the wife of the First Lady had said, I think before now, that they've had this money already. They are already made. They are rich. So they are not looking for Nigeria's wealth. They are not here to take Nigeria's wealth. They are only here to turn this country around for the better. This is coming from the First Lady. So my country people, I really hope that Tinubu's administration would be a better one. A lot of people have been hoping that the President Bola Tinubu would be able to fix this country, as he has promised. Because we know, aside from the recent policies and the recent decisions of the president that has in a way negatively affected the citizens, but a lot of people are still hoping and praying for better days ahead. People are praying for better days ahead, that this government wouldn't turn this country upside down. Because the first 3 months or the first 4 months of Tinubu's administration hasn't really been favorable for majority of Nigerians. It has not been favorable for majority of Nigerians. Meanwhile, the president on his own has implored to Nigerians to be patient. We should bear with his government. They are working towards, something better for Nigerians. And it would take time, but he would surely deliver. But with all this going on, the NLC at one corner dragging the president, insecurity is ravaging the country. the Nigerian youth, no jobs, people on a daily basis are dying because of hunger, and then the inflation rate is increasing. The standard of living of Nigerians are reducing. Nigerians cannot even boast for a proper standard of living. And then the president is telling the people to be patient. For how long? I guess this would be the question on everyone's mind. For how long are we going to be patient for Tinubu's administration to deliver the promise he made to Nigerians? We recall that Tinubu's administration is not the first administration to make promise to Nigerians. The past and the previous administrations, they have been making one promise or the other. But at the end of the day, at the end of their tenure, when we look back, we see that majority of their promises, out of 100, 50 they did, but the remaining 50 nowhere to be found. We can take, for example, Tinubu's predecessor, the former president Muhammad Buhari. He made a lot of promises. He promised heaven and earth. But when we look back and calculate everything that transpired under his administration and with what he promised, man, it was opposite. It's not even something we can brag of, because this guy, the former president Muhammad Buhari, promised to end corruption, promised to fight the Boko Haram insurgency, promised this, promised that. At the end of the day, it seems that all those promises, those social vices, really thrived under his administration. Corruption was at its peak in Buhari's regime. Insecurity was at its peak in Buhari's regime. This goes for the other administrations. None of them were perfect, but then the people have always cried out and complained that this is not what they bargained for. This is not what they voted for. And that's how it goes on and on and on. A lot of promises are being made, but to stick to this promise is another issue. Even with the NLC kicking, Tinubu had to, reassure them that soon he would do something. He talked about the CNG bus across the nation, which would operate, to reduce the transport fares of Nigerians, of the masses. Tinubu talked about a lot of things on the safety of Nigerians and how he would make sure the people's lives and properties, would be his topmost priority. So, my country people, we are just looking and we are watching. And all this statement was made during the 63rd Independence Anniversary of Nigeria. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you.